Blazing their own trail with two guitars and a purpose, soul rock blues artist Reve'd Down and Lahna Deering of Deering and Down are throttling their way to the top of the music scene.
We've been at it a while, Deering and Down. We might be clowns, but we're not quitters.
One of my very favorite things about Deering and Down as a duo is how difficult it is to describe exactly what it is they do and how they sound.
The thing about Deering and Down is that they're kind of like nothing else out there.
What they do is just really cool. I love her voice.
Sexy music. Who doesn't want to like sexy music?
I love what the Reverend adds to it on guitar and everything. It's just, it's a great blend of influences and everything, and wow.
You have to get to the sonic easel, release that, and then so you can make room for some more stuff when the faucet comes on.
They seem to be doing what they enjoy doing and doing it well and being true to what they do.
I think that the combination of their two styles is what makes their music so special.
The contrast maybe between their age and different generations and their experiences, I think, feed off of each other.
If I think if you have any laurels, burn them so you don't rest on them.
Got them into the studio and mic'd them up and everything, and just the first song, the first note, it was like, what is going on here? Who are these people?
Charting his own journey and with no one around to influence him, Down recorded the distinctively different American Friend compilation, 1999, at the far reaches of the North, White Horse, Yukon Territory.
Check it out, darling, I'm a real troubadour, crashing on yet another foreign floor. Would you let me in if I came knocking on your door? Would you turn me out like you done before?
I love it's just a short drive up to Canada. And it's an incredible drive. It's like moonscape up on the pass. And I kind of like I've always been kind of kinky for a hard winter. I like a hard winter.
The recording featured a cast of some of Alaska and Canada's finest musicians.
Take it from me, pretty please.
Not without a ringer, that much sought-after session man, TCB band bassist Jerry Sheff flew in from the Los Angeles area for the project as well.
Maybe then you realize, see the love in my eyes was true.
Down says, you don't have to always run off chasing your tail to go somewhere where it's happening. You can make it happen right where you are.
Wrote lyrics and poetry or whatever, and I just you know what I mean? That was like the easiest thing for me to do rather than learn somebody else's. So I was just write my own,
You just see Rev and you know that there's a story there behind how this guy got to this place.
So the Rev definitely brings a unique style to the way he approaches guitar and the way he utilizes that.
The tones that the Reverend gets on his guitar are always something that will remind you of early rock and roll. It's a tone, it's an attitude.
It's true. Rev had a killer band.
She come on her own, she don't need no persuasion. Every time I see her, it's a special occasion. Holiday, holiday, baby, she's like a holiday.
Deering and Down both realized their purpose on the planet at a very young age. When they met, the union of these sonic seamsters could not be denied.
I met her mother first. She was working at a restaurant. She kind of jumped ship, so she would kind of run away from the circus or whatever. Anyway, and I was, doing some finish carpentry work. Somebody, I used to do like a little Peter Pan carpentry, like people needed some easels for their menus, I thought, oh, that sounds fun. So I did that. But anyway, she'd heard my band and she said, oh, my daughter plays guitar. And I thought, well, isn't that nice, we get jaded, right? And then I met Lahna, and here's this really attractive young lady, and I think, oh yeah, sure. In the summertime up in Alaska, there's a lot of young people show up with, they're missing a few strings on their guitar, and their visqueen ponchos, and their rent-a-pet, and so you kind of get a little bit jaded, but she was really good, and so anyway, I met her, and you know what, she came and jammed. She used to have to sing outside because she was too young to get in the bar, so they'd string a mic cord outside. She'd stand on a Broadway, on a boardwalk, and sing outside. She wanted it so bad, you know what I mean?
He paid me my first paying gig. Come on, how cool is that? I'll never forget.
I must have been drinking. Okay.
It wasn't much. No, it was a lot, actually.
Yeah, in the North, I'm kind of known for my generosity.
In 2001, Rev introduced Lahna to the Yukon, where they produced their first album, Coupe de Villa.
He said, hey, what are you doing this winter? I said, well, nothing, really. I don't have anything planned. And he goes, well, you want to make an album? And that was the kind of, yes, I'm in.
I said, go ask your mommy. If we have a blessing, we'll go make a little record, a little CD, right?
Yeah, totally got the blessing from Mom and Dad and family, and then we decided to record up in the Yukon Territory up in Whitehorse. Rev knew this really kind gentleman named Laurie Mallow and had a lovely family, and he had a great studio named Rainbow Studio. And that's kind of the beginning of our musical endeavor of recording.
Deering accompanied down to Ireland to record his album When a Wrong Turns Right with longtime friend, legendary guitarist Henry McCullough, the only Irishman to play Woodstock.
Sometime I reach my destination, there ain't no highway, trailer, train. Sometime I reach my destination.
Guitar licks from Rev Neil Down are sweet, swinging, and right on the money.
His guitar style is pretty unique, and it's almost like talking to you.
I think that some of Rev's work, the album that came out as Rev Down's albums, are rock and roll classics. I mean, they have that exact sound.
You get revival artists and tribute artists and people who want to sound the way things sounded 50 years ago or 60 years ago. He's not that. He absorbs it, and he holds on to it, and he digests it and changes it around a little bit and spits it back out in a way where you recognize very clearly where it all came from. You just don't know how it came together that way.
I know you don't love me, but you want me to come home. I know you don't love me, but you want me to come home.
Hearing the rock and soul vibes calling, Deering and Down landed in Memphis and recorded at the Sun Studios before their car's engine had time to cool.
We booked some time here, and it was really cool. It was kind of like it was a cosmic kind of thing, man.
It was so cool because we came and there was all these people from England, and they were all in their rockabilly garb, so you couldn't have picked a better time to step into Memphis.
They don't seem to be chasing a trend. Again, there's not many acts that I've seen for 5 years that are still true to what they were 5 years ago. They haven't changed based on market, based on critics, based on anything other than what they believe is going to work. And that's surprisingly rare in our business these days.
They're very soulful. I think one of the things that always works in Memphis is authenticity and, you know, just making music from the soul, and they definitely do that.
They kind of pull you in just because they're totally different. You know, there's so many bands that you feel like I've seen this before. But the first time I saw them, you know, Lahna's voice was totally different, just the way that they play their music and their style, and everything about them was just a little bit different than anything I'd seen.
Pardon me, could you say that again? I really can't remember when.
Daring and Down continued creating fresh sounds in 2007 with the release of Break This Record, mixed and recorded in Memphis.
Rev's an old school player. He knows when to play and when not to play, unlike most guitar players that play all the time. Rev understands that space is just as important as the notes. And I think Lahna sings somewhat the same way. The space makes everything else work.
They have that ability to play off of each other, and they bring something out of each other, I think, that is slightly different every time.
When people see them, they like them. You know, I fell in love with them instantly, and so does everybody else.
They really love making music and playing, and they really approach it from a really very positive point of view. And they're always doing things, and it seems like they're having a great time doing what they're doing. And it adds you one more reason to go check them out and buy their CDs and everything.
They have their own niche. They're totally lovely people, so they're not hard to like as people, you know.
I mean, they seem like they were made for each other. You know, this very eclectic style of guitar playing that incorporates blues, early rock and roll, almost lounge sounds. I mean, he does everything, and then this beautiful, throaty, bluesy, powerful voice.
You know, when you're a kid, well, they'll tell you to turn it down, but if you keep on playing long enough, someday somebody will hopefully tell you to turn it up. You know what I mean?
Abby, it's time to start healing, so you can carry on.
With help from some of the world's most renowned musicians, this literal who's who of Memphis luminaries, including none other than the mighty high rhythm section, Daring and Down released Out There Somewhere, produced by Lawrence Boo Mitchell and his father, the late great Papa Willie Mitchell, at his Royal Studios in 2012.
Oh, how I long to tell you how I felt. Imagine the joy when you took my hand and you knelt.
I was talking to Boo about it. It's like there's some connections between the Great Pyramids of Egypt and Royal Studio. I'll tell you, because it's just it was just the vibe there. It was in the sound of the room. You can tell the sound of the room. It's like it's like sorcery, man. You know.
This album also features horn arrangements on 2 tracks by Willie Mitchell and Lanny McMillan.
It was such a different album, I think, from the rest of their from the rest of their albums. You know, partly because we used different rhythm sections. The different rhythm sections gave the album like a whole unique sound. So you got some of the songs that remind you of their earlier work, and then the other songs, you know, take them to a place that you wouldn't normally expect from them.
The vibe of Royal, you know, kick back, really the studio itself was really welcoming and warm and cozy, and you just wanted to go in there and, you know, do your craft, and the amazing people that were going to come in and lay down the tracks were just going to be killer. And
I played with him on the Out There Somewhere record, and had the pleasure of recording at Willie Mitchell's studio with Boo, and that in itself was a great experience. Kind of sets the curve locally for studio experiences.
To me, one of my favorite Memphis recordings of the last few years. It's really, really good in my opinion.
And I remember sitting at Royal Studio with Boo Mitchell at the board, listening to one of the early listenings all the way through the recordings that they'd done. I think even before they decided what tracks were going to be on the Out There Somewhere album. And thinking the entire time that this was something extraordinary.
Needless to say, I'm in all the way, keeping you high all of my life.
You know what, it's just absolutely, it was a humbling, endeavor to be involved with those guys and to work with those guys. And you know what, it's still like a dream, almost, you know what I mean? It's never ending. And you know what, it's still, a lot of times you'll listen to stuff for a while and you'll put it away, but you know what, I still dig listening to that album, man. When nobody's around, man, I'll put it on and I'll crank it up, man. I don't care, yeah. It's like, it's still got the like the champagne, the carbonation, the bubbles are in there, you know what I'm saying?
I'm stoned, I come off cold, I think I'm meant just to be alone. I've been brewing, it caught my heart, you left the key.
My father really liked, he really liked their songwriting. Willie Mitchell is not the easiest guy to impress in the world when it comes to singing, just because he's worked with so many amazing singers. And when it came to music and talent and stuff, that was something that was real serious to him. So he never really beat around the bush, If he didn't like something, he would just tell you, It wasn't to be mean, he was just brutally honest, and he took an instant liking to them.
Spin a lot of rain, I think it means everything. I think it means it's been a lot of emotions, there's been a lot of everything. The floods here, the constant rain in southeast Alaska, the rainforest up there, and maybe the life and love and all of the above, and those kind of parts and pieces.
One of my favorites is Dear Lord. Dear Lord is a song that Lahna had this little drum machine. I mean, the thing probably cost $50, right? Press the little thing with her toes, and playing. I'm like, man, that's really cool. And, I kept listening to it. I was like, man, you know what? I think we ought to just use this little $50 drum machine, because it's just, it had a sound that, it's kind of unduplicatable.
Dear Lord, please Lord, help me make it through. When I close my eyes, you know I'm praying to you. Dear Lord.
For the film, I mean, we knew from the beginning that they were going to be involved. They were part of the creative process of the film from the very, very beginning. And so there would be no film without Bearing Down. Then the music became, a very important part of it because of how it fit the story that we were trying to tell.
I think Linda McCabe being another example of a song that, there's no reason this isn't on everybody's iPod right now.
She was a babe, she was a righteous, sexy babe. Oh, lucky Linda McCabe, oh, you righteous, sexy babe.
It's funny too, I gotta tell you, Willie, Lahna had the Deering family songbook that she, grew up with all these songs, and one of the tunes that one day she comes to me and she's playing this out of her, her grandparents and her father and aunts and uncles, are all musical family, played these songs, and one of them was Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, so she worked it up and she played it for me, and I was like kind of going, ah. And it's funny too, because Willie Mitchell says, "Who picked that one?" And I go, "Lonnie." He goes, "Well, you picked a good one."
Picked a good one.
You know what I mean? So it's like, high kudos from the king, you know what I mean? Yeah, high kudos from the king. So it's like, did we do good, Willie?
It's not that often that you find people who can create music that is immediately recognizable and so original.
When you meet them, you just instantly, is something about them that you like and love.
I mean, Memphis is pretty lucky to have them here as a home act.
Anyway, yeah, it's you know what? If it wasn't for this, I'd be in a straitjacket for sure.
They always pack the place out. A lot of people get excited. People dance all night.
Good songs don't have the impact if the performance is not there, but the combination of songs and performances is really outstanding in my mind.
But yeah, hopefully more music and more friends and more touring.
If anyone is going to break out onto the national scene, they have just as much opportunity as anyone else out there.
From the moment the first chord is struck until the minute the last bit of the reverb dies away, they look like they're having a blast.
Heck yeah, we'll play wherever.
We're ready to go anywhere. Let's go.
Certain of new opportunities, Bearing Down charted their new course for their next revved up journey.
I'll never quit looking for you. Look for you, darling. That's what I do. I know that you look for me too. Searching with not hardly a clue.
It's a hit. We just made a hit. Oh God. It's so beautiful.